Hi, everyone. Welcome to A Course in Miracles. Yep, we're getting to that time of the week. We're at the weekend, so we're ready for our Way of the Mystic online revivals. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've got 3 beautiful sessions for you this weekend coming up tonight in about just a little over 2.5 hours. We're going to have the first one. Then tomorrow I'll come in with the Saturday session, Saturday movie session, and we'll have a great time. Maybe have a Q&A in there after maybe a 10-minute break at the end. And wow, it's always deep. And then we'll have another beautiful session that will offer some surprises on Sunday. For all of you that are Francis Zoo followers and friends and devotees, we're going to mix in some of her beautiful teachings with some beautiful music that's generated from Suno, and then I think, looks like a dance party to wrap it up. So it's going to be a great weekend, but I thought I would come on today spontaneously and talk about transcendence through oneness and love. You know, our natural state of mind is spirit, is perfect oneness, it's perfect divine love. It's the kingdom of heaven, and it's eternal in nature. And when we look at this projected world of time and space, everything is segmented. Everything seems different. Everything seems fragmented into bits and pieces, like the mirror of the cosmos is cracked in many, many pieces and parts. And we're open to remembering the oneness. That's where we talk about non-duality. We talk about laying aside the judgments of the dualistic thought system of the ego and the dual beliefs. We seem to have a mind that still has a part of it that remembers the oneness and love, and Jesus calls that our right mind. And then we have a wrong mind, which is the home of the ego, and it projects out a fragmented world of duality and multiplicity, a world of opposites that is not real and it is not natural, because oneness and divine love are natural. So this movie we have going on, I mean, last week we really dove deep using a beautiful series from Apple TV called Pluribus, or Plur One Be Us. And as it's written phonetically when you look at the title. And this week we're coming back with a similar movie, in the sense that we're going to be looking again at transcending the fragmentation, transcending the personal perspective, transcending the conflict of the ego mind, and uh, really being above the battleground with everything, opening our hearts and minds to true forgiveness. So, as usual, we put out a poll, and it was a poll of themes just to see what everybody felt was most relevant. And basically, we have the combined results for English and Spanish. Coming in number one, help me be aware in every moment that I am only responsible for my state of mind and not for outcomes in the world. Number two, I want to trust that Spirit will lead me gently through loving invitations rather than perceived pressure and expectations. Three, let me give the purpose of love to everything and truly let all my actions and communications be an extension of that inspiration. Four, help me release my personal perspective and open up to merging with my brothers. And five, let me see everything as an opportunity to receive the answer to my prayer. The main theme overall is the power of decision is my own. And our movie will follow the journey of an AI expert. This movie came out in 2014. It's called Transcendence with Johnny Depp, and he plays Dr. Will Castor, who's an AI expert who will go deeply into unified awareness, into a sense of unity and oneness that transcends the world. And uh, his wife is plays a key role in the movie, and it's just going to be a beautiful journey as we open up and really start transcending the false beliefs, the attack thoughts, the grievances, the judgments that have held us in a limited consciousness, and transcend that through forgiveness, through praying and listening and following, and letting Jesus lead the way. I find this movie that we'll be showing tomorrow is very, very similar and parallel in many ways to the pluribus session that we had last Saturday, because we can see that when the mind is unified, then everything, it flows from that unification. Jesus teaches us that mind is all powerful. Mind is our point of prayer and our point of decision. That it's a presence of causation, and so when the mind falls asleep and dreams of a world of projected externals, ego external images, they really aren't external because nothing is outside the mind. But it can seem from the human perspective that there's a personal perspective, and then there's a vast cosmos that's outside of that personal perspective. It seems like there's a subject and an object, an observer and observed. But actually, it is not the case. That's the trick. That's the delusion of consciousness that tricks the mind into believing that it's at the mercy of an external world, an external cosmos with real causes and effects out there in the world. Is not really the case. And so this movie is going to be a good journey to really dive deep, deep, deep into the truth, into the power of the mind, and we'll call it the transcendent power of the unified mind. Mind is whole. Mind is complete. Mind is not fragmented and separate. That's what the sickness of the ego is the belief in separate parts, places, things, objects. A fragmented perception. That is sickness. Sickness is not of the body. Sickness is of the mind, of the wrong mind. It's the wrong-minded perspective of the world. So we also can see that there is a fear of intimacy, which is a fear of divine love, which is a fear of oneness. And so when the mind is clinging to the personal perspective, it clings to its false idols of pride and of fame and of notoriety. It clings to a personal identity that seems to have a name and have a history and have goals and ambitions for the future. It's clinging to an illusory self that God did not create, and that's what is generating all the conflict. It's identity confusion. It's a simple case of identity confusion. God is the author, and Christ, the Christ self, the pure Christ, the holy Son of God, Christ, that self is eternal and changeless, and God is the author of that self. God being spirit, authors in spirit. So this world is a big, big projection of nothing. And what we're doing when we wake up is we start to see the nothingness for what it is. But the ego fights against unification. It fights against this divine love, this divine oneness, and it basically, the ego is the authority problem. It thinks it is the author of reality. It's like the big bang of illusions, and yet we find that it's a death wish. So we can't really be happy and identify with the death wish. So that's what letting go of this world is all about. It's a joyful journey, though. It's a journey that lives in the presence of God's love, God's guidance, God's joy, God's happiness. So it's very exciting to be able to open up to this. And I think that's what the day-to-day living is. I find, like yesterday, we had a beautiful prayer meeting in the community in late afternoon, and it rolled on into the evening. But yeah, it was so beautiful, just talking about the prayers of the heart, the power of the mind, the devotion of prayer that is, it's basically, you could say it's very collaborative. Prayer is always collaborative because it's joining with the Holy Spirit, with God's voice for God. And also it's very, very much of a involuntary flow that you start to realize that when you're in prayer and your prayer is centered on God, that everything comes easily and naturally. Everything flows from the prayer of the heart, the focus on God, putting God on the altar of the heart. Everything flows beautifully and easily from that. So that's inspired us with our communications. There was a lot of open sharing, a lot of heart-to-heart sharing of some emotions, and also some beautiful experiences and some thoughts and some lofty perceptions that were being extended during the meeting. It was just went on and on. I think over about 3 hours and 20 minutes. It was beautiful. And that's the way we live. That's the way we live. It's very heart-centered. It's very focused on God. So this is practical forgiveness. This is really, really living a life of devotion to God and feeling the joy of it, and seeing that when we're focused in prayer like this, that everything is taken care of. Everything is provided. What is guided is provided. It's living a life of the given. Um, our heart focused on God, and everything is given from that focus, from that devotion, from that direction. Everything without exception proceeds forth from that. So it's really, yeah, it's sweet. It's just sweet to be able to live in that and flow in that. And everything is included in that. We start to realize that in unified awareness, everything and everyone is included in that unified holistic perception. We talked about holistic thinking for the good of the whole, always holding in mind what is for the good of the whole. That's a beautiful way to live. It takes it away from this private mind, private thought, personal perspective that is the ego's idol, and all of the conflict and the greed and the pride, the possessiveness, the control, all of that comes from believing in the ego and its world of idols. It's just not worth it. We would rather be happy. We would rather be peaceful. We would rather be joyful than believe in the puff of nothingness called ego that is a death wish. Our mind is worthy of God, of joy, of love, of happiness. It's not meant to give itself over to the illusion of pain and suffering and all of the tricks that the ego offers, all of the fool's gold, all of the pseudo gifts that the ego tries to ensnare the mind with, trying to make guilt attractive. It is not. So, yeah, I really hope that you can tune in. This weekend will be our last full revival weekend for a while. Next weekend, it'll be a Saturday movie. And then we'll roll into December 1st, which it's coming on a Monday. And that will begin our Mystical Christ Academy. And that academy will go on for 21 straight days from the 1st through the 21st of December before our community takes a little pause for Christmas and New Year break. But if you look at the description below, you can find a link to go to the-christ.net and to the Mystical Christ Academy. And if you want to join in, if you're not able to get all of the sessions live, then you can be picking up the replays in Tribe of Christ and participating in that way, so you can catch them all. You won't miss a thing. So I thought I would close this beautiful, spontaneous broadcast with a song from my friend Christopher Todd, and this song is called A World of Thoughts. I built a castle in my head and called it home. Every wall made of stories I thought I owned, but every window's tinted by what I see, and what I see keeps mirroring me. Perception's a trickster in a magic hat. Show me the world, but never where it's at. Every judgment paints the sky its hue, and suddenly the world looks brand new. Interpretation, what a master spin, making angels out of shadows within. I think I see the truth and it flips the plot. Welcome to the game called a world of thoughts. Distortion dances with conviction's grin. I point out them, but it's me again. A looping circus of what I perceive until revelation whispers, just leave. Before a thought there's silence, sweet and wide, a cosmic chuckle from the other side. That's where the truth can't be bought or taught, only remembered before the thought. So here I laugh at my clever disguise, a mind-made movie beneath bright skies. Every scene a mirror I once forgot,
revelation undoes the plot. I'm seeing, believing, oh what a show. The puppet and the puppeteer both glow until the strings of meaning drop and rot and joy just dances free of thought. So cheers to the dreamer who dreams this dream. It's all a reflection in a cosmic stream. The joke's on me and that's my shot to laugh awake in a world of thoughts.
A world of thoughts. Wow. That is beautiful. And I'm thinking there's another song that really comes to mind too. It's very similar. And that's called A World of Opportunity. It's got to be that way. If it's our thoughts, we can change our thoughts. World of Opportunity.
Every moment invites me to be and share the light. To stop turning toward shadows that never felt right. The false world of thoughts cannot tell me who I am. I stand in the present where all illusions slam. I see how the mind was preoccupied with chatter and time. How history repeated 1,000 ways to decline. Yet every no to the source is met with a gentle release. A miracle saying yes to the path of peace. Breaking the habit of seeking stimulation or fight, of competing with God when I felt bored or tight. The world of opportunity comes when judgment bends, and guidance unwinds the mind through surprising ends. I watch how gaming tempted me into escape and delay, how it replaced true association with a pattern play. But the stillness underneath unminds awareness through, showing me the next solution is simply what is true. See the unconscious agreements that fueled separation's tone. The commitments to stories where I suffered alone. Yet nobody is with nobody. We're joined beyond the screen. And the innocence beneath us is the ticket out clean. I remember that the world cannot choose for the one. That oneness has no opposite, no war to be won. Feared thoughts were only echoes thinking against the whole. A harmless static layer over a sovereign soul. Brain that once rented a body now returns the key. Identity fades and leaves only what's free. No value is placed on the person or the name. Only the inner relationship that sparks a holy flame. As the unreal world of thought dissolves into air, opportunity rises everywhere I dare to care. The guidance turns every contrast into clarity's door. And innocence brings me home, asking nothing more.
Beautiful. World of opportunity. Okay, well, if you want to check the link out below the description, you can join the free online weekend revival starting in a little bit over 2 hours from now. And that'll be 3 sessions. We'll have one today, one Saturday, one Sunday. And our movie for transcending time and space, transcending the personal identity, is Transcendence. It's a 2014 film. And the overview is transcendence is the state of existing or going beyond normal limits, often involving rising above the physical or normal self to connect with something greater, such as a spiritual reality, a higher state of consciousness, or a feeling of awe, love, or peace. Dr. Will Kester, the world's foremost authority on artificial intelligence, is conducting highly controversial experiments to create a sentient machine. When extremists tried to kill the doctor, they had inadvertently become the catalyst for him to succeed. Will's wife, Evelyn, and best friend, Max, can only watch as his thirst for knowledge evolves to an omnipresent power, knowing, oneness. Ooh, good stuff, just like Pluribus. Good stuff. So, Yeah, I think maybe we could play a few more songs. It's absolutely delightful that Christopher Todd is sending us all these amazing songs. Let's see if we can find one that fits. Ah, here's one called Eye of the Hurricane, the still point that transcends the chaotic hurricane.
In the swirl of sound and crashing sky, I find the still point, the reason why, where nothing moves, yet all is known. The center calls me back to home. Around me chaos shouts its claim, but love unmoved won't play that game. The eye is quiet, it holds no fear. The dance begins when I stand here. I've chased the edge, I fought the wind. I thought the end was to begin, but in the calm I hear the song. It's saying, child, you've been here all along. The divine voice inside the storm whispers, beloved, peace is your norm. You are the eye, not the wind's disguise. Your peace itself behind the skies. The thunder roars, the trees may bend, but nothing real can ever end. The center's light dissolves the pain, and love alone remains again. So I close my eyes and breathe it through. The storm is me, the calm is too. No need to fight, no need to flee. I am the peace I long to see. Others run for shelter's wall, but I just listen to spirit's call. Come dance, my child, come rest in me, and you'll find joy eternally. Now I'm the stillness, not the spin. The world dissolves, the love flows in. Eye of the hurricane, heart so wide, heaven's calm where I
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, live a life of transcendence. Don't be limited by any ego beliefs. Nothing to feel sad about, nothing to feel guilty about, no shame, no pain. no conflict. Yeah. Transcending differences, seeing the sameness of unified awareness, unified perception. Yeah. It's a way to live in a real way, living inside your heart with the spirit guiding the way, just shining, sharing, extending. Every day filled with opportunities, just a world of opportunities. Because everything is thoughts, and you can elect to change thoughts that hurt and open up to thinking with God, thinking with spirit, being in alignment with our creator, alignment with our source. That's how we live in joy. That's how we live in love. That's how we experience the oneness of our spirit, our unified spirit, eternal, changeless, free, forever and ever and ever and ever. Yeah, that's it. That's what it's all about. So, carry on in this joyful, blissful state. And yeah, if you have a chance to register to come join us on the Way of the Mystic online revival retreat this weekend, we will have another beautiful movie session next Saturday. And then after that, not this Monday, but the following Monday, we begin our Mystical Christ Academy on December 1st, running for 21 straight days. Lots and lots of content, lots and lots of lives, people joining from all around the world, joining together on the internet, and the Mystical Christ Academy. So if you can, please partake of that. And then we'll see as we roll into 2026 what's going to be coming our way. We'll be sharing that with you as we're just grateful to have the opportunities to connect and share and extend and feel God's love. That's the main thing. Feel the connection of God's love. Have a beautiful day. Be blessed in all your ways. Shine the light of God. Share the love. Share the truth of our very being.